Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another of lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the Daily Office Lectionary. Today for Monday, let's take a look at St. Paul's letter to the Galatians. We're already up to chapter number 6, beginning at the first verse. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Bear ye one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. But let every man prove his own work, and then shall he have rejoicing in himself alone, and not in another. For every man shall bear his own burden. Let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. For he that soweth to his flesh, shall the flesh reap corruption. But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them which are of the household of faith. Okay, so that last line is so vital, isn't it? Let us have the opportunity, let us do good unto all men, but especially unto them that are of the household of faith, right? So we certainly are spending a lot of time with those who are within the household of faith, and so that we have the better opportunities, the more frequent opportunities to do good unto them. But of course, we should do good to all of those around us. We have the opportunity to do good unto them. So what is Paul saying here? Obviously, we're saved by grace through faith, right? But he's talking about the type of works that not just show that we are doing God's will, that we're trying to live for God. We're not earning our salvation, right? We don't earn our salvation. But, what we sow, then we reap. And if we spend our lives being fleshly, being earthly, chasing after things of the flesh, chasing after things of mammon, chasing after things of the earth and prestige and power and all those things, and we make those our focus and our primary identification, guess what? We get not the rich things, but we don't get the spiritual things. Right? But if we make the spiritual things our end all be all, right? What is the meaning of life? The meaning of life is to know God, to love God, and to be with him forever in heaven. That's the purpose of life. If we are doing those things, if we're doing things of the Spirit, if we're sowing love, if we're sowing the caritas that we talked about yesterday in church, the love and living that love, then that is exactly how we will be able to put this to effect, right? Part of it for me is the fact that let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And that's so important, because how often do we find ourselves trying to do good, trying to be faithful, trying to do all of the things that we know that God would have us do, and it doesn't seem to be producing fruit. Or we're just going out, reaching out to folks and trying to bring them to know Jesus Christ, and it doesn't seem to be working. But God's time, it will. All good that we do to his greater honor and glory, to the glory of God, will produce fruit. We may never see it. It may not happen in our lifetime. It may happen while we're not noticing. But if we do good, God uses that good to his honor and glory. And so we just need to be patient. Don't be weary in well-doing. Even if it's not being returned to you, even if you're being mocked and being outcast for it, right? Don't be weary, just keep doing it, right? In due season, we'll reap. The gift of eternal life is a free gift, but God desires us to work to his greater purpose. So today's Monday, 12:15 Holy Communion, 4 o'clock evening prayer. And I do hope to see you in church, or you can watch online where you're watching this meditation. And may your Monday be full of blessings.